This project is part of our large diameter sewer program. It's addressing aging infrastructure in the city of Portland. We have many of these lines throughout the city, anywhere from 80 to 100 plus years old, and many of them are in deteriorating condition. This project in particular is addressing the Carolina Trunk. This pipe runs through a neighborhood under I-5, ultimately connects down to McAdam. And the reason for addressing it is it presents a very high risk if a failure was to occur on it. So as part of that, we have to connect to the existing trunk and install a new pipe to divert the sewer pipe and make sure that we can safely deliver sewer services to this neighborhood, neighborhoods up above, and address our highest risk areas in the city.
So we were selected as a CMGC contractor for City of Portland BES back in the fall of 2022. Pre-construction services started at the end of 2022 and we executed our construction GMP May 15th of 2025. We've been in the field building construction work since July of 2025 and we are on site today in June of 2026. Well, today we're standing at the Shaft 2 site on southbound I-5, and across the way we're mining actively from Shaft 2 to Shaft 3, which is Corbett Island. So Corbett Island is near the historic Corbett Avenue off the northbound ramp of I-5, and it's nestled in two historical trestles. It's a small, tight access site where the first of 4 drop structures are located. The job site includes 4 beam and plate sunk shafts where we either drive or receive 7 auger bore trenchless crossings on the project. Shaft 1 site is uniquely challenging because it's nestled between 3 structures and a contractor engineered soil nail wall. Shaft 2 is challenging because we're right next to I-5 southbound. Shaft 3 is challenging because it's nestled between 2 historic trestles. And Shaft 4 is challenging because we're in the parking lot of 2 existing businesses.
The location of these drop structures is in a very small footprint between I-5 and Corbett Avenue, and so the limited footprint for construction increased the risk of excavation right next to I-5. And so by installing a 10-foot diameter casing, it reduced risk to the both for construction, but also improved worker safety as well.
I like to tell people that this is one of the most complex small projects that I've been on. We have some of the most technical work, just not a lot of quantity behind the work. So a lot of effort that we would normally do on a large scale project with the planning and the coordination, but then the operation pivots quickly thereafter. 2 weeks of one operation followed quickly by another fast-paced operation.
Another challenging aspect, as you can see, is traffic control. So this neighborhood has a one-way in, one-way out. To accommodate that, we had to develop and install a specialized traffic control system. It's an automated light that directs traffic in and out 24 hours a day for up to 18 months.
So this site has a combination of very steep topography, and it also has different geologic conditions. We encountered some mixed face geology and also high groundwater elevation. So the combination of the topography, the groundwater, and the geology, and the need for certain slopes for an auger bore for the construction method, combined with the hydraulic needs, really made it a very complex design to meet all of the criteria within such a small footprint. And so the 10-foot diameter shaft has a 4-foot diameter pipe that comes into it. And so the slope on that pipe has to be very specifically designed to both hit the casing but to miss the missed face to reduce the risk during auger bore. Working to design a pipe under I-5 required a lot of coordination. We of course were coordinating closely with Fowler, the CMGC, the City of Portland, and ODOT, who's the Oregon Department of Transportation. So we had to accommodate both the requirements from ODOT to auger bore under an active, busy interstate, as well as balance that with the groundwater elevations. And so there was basically a window that we could shoot through that got us below ODOT's required depth, but kept us above the groundwater.
So as the CMGC, we like to ensure that the owner doesn't pay for risks not yet encountered. I think that's the biggest gain of a CMGC contract. And we're able to pivot quickly with the owner when we identify risks that change during construction. So up at shaft 1, rather than deep 35 to 38 foot deep open cut, we pivoted to another deep auger bore once we were able to tell that the groundwater conditions were more preferential to trenchless after we excavated the shaft.
WSP was working on the design of a vortex drop structure, and during that time, Fowler suggested that we consider doing a 10-foot diameter oscillated casing instead of a larger diameter secant pile shaft to reduce risk and cost to the project. And so the WSP hydraulic team pivoted to designing the vortex drop to be able to fit within the 10-foot diameter casing. This was a custom design and required us to leverage computational fluid dynamics, or CFD modeling, in order to confirm the hydraulics for this custom design within a 10-foot diameter casing.
CMGC was very helpful, so we were able to bring the contractor in early on in the project. They were instrumental in helping us with developing solutions to the complex problems of this project. The other benefit to CMGC, the way that we have administered it, is we are a cost reimbursable project. So any cost that's realized on the project, the city pays for that, but there are many risks that presented a potential high cost that if they're not realized, we don't pay for those. So in a way of responsible use of city funds, that was very important to us.
So the contract phase 2 construction contract will run through June of 2028. The contract value executed was $79.3 million. That included several contingency items, both inside the GMP for fixed use only for specific risks like dewatering and settlement, and then general contingency for the contractor as well throughout. The contract is a cost reimbursable plus fee contract in an effort for the city to take advantage of risks not yet encountered.